This is your January 2025 reading and what to expect. I feel like in January, there's a sense of spreading your wings and wanting to fly with the Sun card. You come up as a Sun card in the middle of your spread, which is more positive energy, happy, connected to your inner child, celebrating a rebirth, a success after some type of ending or personal, it could have been a personal growth that you've endured in the last 2 months of 2024 that's led you to this point. So, in January, you're going to be very keen. If this is a child or someone around you at work, please, this is energy, so please apply it to your situation. I think what's happening is in January, like you could be noticing someone around you is all talk. They don't take action, and they're like, they don't have confidence. Because they're lacking direction, they tend to procrastinate in their life. And if this is not someone around you that you're observing in January, this could be your energy that you kind of you fall into a little bit. So now that you know this ahead of time, what I feel guided to tell this particular Virgo is don't shy away, don't shy away from tough decisions, like confront the choices and balance like any contradicting demands, I feel like you're a little bit postponing a choice until you feel like you can sort it out. So balance your mind, heart, and soul. And I feel it'll be easier to make a decision if you're torn between reason and emotion, right? And you're gonna do it. I feel you're gonna start to admit if it's work, a relationship, a community, whatever this is to you that really you don't even have the energy with the 7 of Wands in reverse here. You don't have the mental, you're emotionally and physically cut off from this, and I feel like you're going to replenish this energy, this your life force, and you're going to be able to make a clean break somehow in January. And if it's not going to be exactly in January, this clean break, it's going to be 3 weeks or going into 3 months. So it all depends on the actions you take, Virgo. So until you lift the veil, the confusion is going to continue to weigh heavily over your middle eye, your intuition, and you're not gonna you're gonna just feel resistance. But that will shift in January. You're gonna take some time, Virgos like their alone time, and you're gonna be, you're not gonna force yourself. You're gonna kind of simplify and go within, which is beautiful. And and stop avoiding any breakdowns or conversations that need to be had. I feel that maybe you're going to come to a realization that you've grown so rigid and maybe conventional in some area of your life, and that you want to develop more flexibility and have consider different types of perspectives. It's almost like what I feel guided to tell you is that you're going to go through a bit of an emotional purging in January, and in that, you could be surprised, like how it's held back a lot of your victory, how it's held back, it's held you back in general, right? With the Page of Wands in reverse, it's like you couldn't get inspired in the way that you wanted to. So if this is a job, you kind of just want to distract yourself while you're there. If this is a relationship, you just pour your heart out into something else, and rather than you kind of just resist and stayed in denial to this situation. But something's going to not allow you to move forward in this way, Virgo, with the Chariot in reverse here. I feel like things, going into the new year, there's going to be opposition to something that you won't have control over, that's going to lead you to this new beginning. Ace of Pentacles is amazing, and it's directly right under the Chariot. So that's a beautiful combo to get, because it's like you're going to start to take action on those ideas that you gain, these insights through this hermiting period. So at some point in January, you take some solitude and some space for yourself. And, you know, you're not going to like, you're not going to want to prolong your personal change and your transformation. You know, or you could struggle with this. You could oscillate between like staying and suffering, let it collapse on its own, let me get fired, or let my husband just, or my partner leave me. Let it, like, you almost don't want to do what it takes to take the necessary steps and make the decision to leave yourself or make the change, right? So this is really something that you're going to be battling in January, but it leads to a really good beginning. I feel like there is a manifestation of some type of resource or money, or a new place to live, a new way to make money. I'm not sure. Oh, wow. You just pulled the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So you got new in the new year for you, Virgo. Beautiful starts after things stop moving forward. January, you know, particular Virgo, check your car. Maybe, you know, your tires are check them. I don't know why I'm getting for a particular Virgo here, your tires could be low, or you might need a new set, at least the front two. That's what I'm seeing for someone. So trust yourself. You know, you come up as a Queen of Wands, Virgo. Trust yourself, your intuition, you have it. You can create whatever you want. You can create a new role, a new job. I don't even like to call it job, because it becomes a job when you have to be there and you, I don't know. I look at jobs differently. That's a whole nother conversation. But I feel there's something that's going to make you really emotionally happy. And if this is love, there's a new love coming in next year for you. You have a new, fresh feeling, maybe a spiritual connection, who you're going to meet someone who's very passionate like you. And it's the total opposite of the person you are used to. You know, this is someone who pushes things forward and shows you that they're passionate about you and your connection, and they're fun, you know, and they have a lot of friends, and they like to build community. They may invite you for a trip, a weekend trip getaway in January. I feel like January 8th is significant. I see movement for, or you could go away with the girls, you know, if this is not love. And I feel like if you do go away with your girlfriends in January, you can meet this person there. So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, you will live live at a distance from this person. You got the Lovers here, and this person's gonna, you know, in due course, if you open up to him and open up to the connection, you're gonna see that you are destined to meet each other. You're gonna see that this person and you do have a soul tie, a soul contract together, where you're going to support each other in ways that you've never imagined, right? You just kind of complement each other. It's a yin and yang vibration that I feel from both of you. He could have an accent, this person, and he's extremely, extremely spiritual, and he's a leader, naturally a leader. This is somebody who is a visionary, an entrepreneur, self-made, and he's very humble and mature. He's fun, he's lighthearted, but he's also very generous. He's very well off. He leads his own life and leads others by example, with the King of Pentacles, which, my favorite in the deck of the Kings. Yeah, he's very compassionate, but at the same time, you know, he's somebody who will always have your back, right? Even if you don't, let's say you because it could be a long distance friendship that develops, and it could develop into something more, even if you guys don't always talk. But I feel it's going to build slowly. I feel this is a divinely fated love match for you. And it may not be love romantic right away. It can be a beautiful companionship or friendship, or that the creator has a purpose for this divinely destined connection to meet. So and you're going to know in a subtle way, I think that's him. You're not going to be on the trip or this weekend doing something fun and like looking at every guy. No, it's very subtle when the manifestations happen, and you guys are going to get really close, and it's going to be very healing with the Two of Cups. This is a relationship of all relationships, right? Why is this Two of Cups here? You're going to be so open, and you're going to receive the love from other people, and love comes in different forms. So it's safe. The universe is telling you ahead of time, it's safe to move on, move forward with as little as resistance as possible. And this is not like it's scary, but it's not scary, and I feel like just make sure that you are doing some more internal emotional work. If you need some support with that, book a session with me. I can help you end these cycles that you could have been trapped in for a while, that keeps you from, maybe you're struggling seeking personal closure with your past, and you end up delaying your own success and delaying your own happiness, and you keep carrying the emotional baggage from relationship to relationship, right? So there's something there that I feel whatever this breakdown is, if it's not already happening now, it's probably going to happen in January. And there are some exciting things, as I said. So expect some powerful changes coming in for you, Virgo. It's a new powerful beginning. You can enjoy the ride. I think at first you could be a little uncomfy. It's all new. It's like imagine walking through a new portal of your life. Just yes, 1,000 times yes. Okay, just say yes. And you're also going to be pushed towards your life purpose on this path. And you're going to be given a friend, a special friend who's going to support you, and someone who's very keen on you and respects and honors you. And naturally what happens when a woman feels respected and honored, she will submit to the right person, to the right king, right? So it kind of happens naturally. It's not something that you have to really think about. When two people honor each other, especially if it's a divinely led, fated connection, there's purpose in that, like bigger than both of you will ever imagine. So, don't let pride get in the way, okay? So if there's been a deadlock, with this world in reverse, find the balance between the needs of others and your own needs. This is like a lack of boundaries. To me, the world in reverse is lack of boundaries. Because for you, everyone is equally important. And I love that about you, Virgo. You treat everyone like the same, very similar to Aquarius. You don't ever play favorites. You never really exclude anyone. And that's so, I do love that about Virgo. So your new start is coming. Okay, I'm not saying it's exactly in January, but the little hints of it depends on the resistance factors that you play into into the reality that you're co-creating. So there's a yes, you're going to wipe the slate clean. This is a new start coming, right? It's on its way. You're on the right path, and your dreams are going to manifest, right? And you're going to feel more hopeful, and you're going to start to move away from the past, which is no longer serving you, Virgo. Let's pull you some advice cards for January for Virgo. You got surrender to passion. So keep doing what it is that you're passionate about. People, if you focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So if you have a hobby, you like being around certain people, spend your time, your days off with them, and get creative. It helps you get out of your head, Virgo. I feel like you sometimes overthink when you're alone sometimes, and also the other advice that came to me without pulling it was surrender to fear. And I think a lot of the resistance comes from those fearful stories, Virgo, that you're telling yourself in your head, whether conscious or unconscious. Like, try and stay present in the moment, you know, and focus on the situations, task, you know, in front of you, and celebrate every baby step forward. Don't go backwards. So if you need some support with that, book a session. We can do some soul coaching, spiritual, you know, helping you build your spiritual tool belt so that you can surrender the fear. And another reason why sometimes we can get a little bit in our heads is when you're asleep. I feel like, Virgo, work on your sleep. You know, maybe you're not getting enough, or you're, you know, work on that stuff. There's a lot of holistic things that you can take to support yourself with that. I hope